मैं इसको पक्का कर दूँ इधर इसको 2 स्क्रू लगा देता हूँ ऊपर से नीचे। चालू कर दिया? चालू नहीं किया अभी? चालू तो नहीं किया अभी? अच्छा, ये चालू है। मैं ऊपर से होल करके 2 होल पक्का कर दूँ, इधर से स्क्रू लगा दूँ, ठीक है ना?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem, amma ba'd. Alhamdulillah. So this is number 3 in our series. This is the 3rd day of Ramadan. So in this lesson, what we're going to cover is regarding the names of Qiyamah. So names of Qiyamah, we've got so many different names of Qiyamah, so many names of the Day of Judgment. What are the ones which is inside of the Quran? What do we gain from it? What's the point of having all these different names? Why did Allah choose all these different names? So example, in Arabic you have nouns and you have adjectives, ism, asma. So in these ones, example, if I was to describe something, then you'll have lots of names to try and describe that a certain thing. For example, anything which is important in life, it has got lots of names. Anything that's important, it has lots of names. Example, Allah has many names. Allah has many names, so it's very important. Another one would be the Prophet ﷺ. He's also got many names. Ya ayyuhal muddathir, Ya ayyuhal muzammil, Ya ayyuhal nabi, Ya ayyuhal rasul. So many different things. Taha is also another name. There's many different names of Rasulullah ﷺ. So also Qiyamah, because it's so important, he also has many different names as well. So this is the descriptions of Qiyamah and some of the features on the day as well. So example, some of the ones that were mentioned, it will describe the day as well. So number 1 on our list, which is the most common one, is, what's the most common name of the Day of Judgment in Arabic? Qiyamah. Okay, thank you. So Yawm al-Qiyamah. So Yawm al-Qiyamah is the most famous name. So Yawm al-Qiyamah, what does Qiyamah mean? Qiyamah comes from the word Qiyam, to stand. So Qiyam means to stand. So Iqama, he stood. So Qiyam means to stand. Allah mentions inside of the Quran, يَسْأَلُ أَيَّانَ يَوْمُ الْقِيَامَةِ. When is this Qiyamah? When is it happening? The people ask him regarding the day of standing. So when is this day of standing? When is this going to happen? And why is it called the day of standing? So what's it got to do with standing and the day of judgment? So example here, you have the word Qiyamah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Surah Fajr, وَجَاءَ رَبُّكَ وَالْمَلَكُ صَفًّا صَفًّا وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمَ. وَجَاءَ رَبُّكَ, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your Lord will come, and He will come to you. The angels will come down and then they'll stand inside of the roads. And He mentions يَوْمَ يَقُومُ النَّاسُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ, that the whole world, every single person in the world, يَقُومُ النَّاسِ. Why are they standing? For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of awe, out of honor and izzah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they'll all stand up. So this is why it's called the day of standing. This is one of the reasons why Allah calls it Qiyamah, because of everyone will stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that day. The next one is that another meaning of Qiyamah is that, or the day of standing, why Allah called it Qiyamah, is that because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bringing about witnesses. So example, on that day, you will have witnesses coming forth, either for you or against you. Meaning you got witnesses saying, oh yeah, he done this salah, or he done this good action. Oh no, you got witness against you saying, no, look what he done. So he's got witnesses, Allah will bring all of his witnesses. So that means it's a day of standing. It's like a witness box. You find in a court of law, you find there's people in the jury, you find the lawyer there, you find it, and you have the witness box. And the person in the witness box is slightly higher, it's slightly raised. Why? Because he's speaking. Everyone must see the witness, what he saw. So this is now the day of standing, where the witnesses are standing, and then they are going to be mentioning regarding whatever it is. So يَوْمَ يَقُومُ الْأَشْهَادِ. يَوْمَ يَقُومُ الْأَشْهَادِ. Which surah is this in? So this is many different, if I'm not mistaken, Surah Qaf or somewhere in these surahs, where it mentions here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions regarding how the people of the shuhada meaning the witnesses, come forth and then they come with this as well, if I'm not mistaken. Allah then says in another one, why this day is standing? Allah says that it's the time where Allah subhanahu resurrects everyone. So when everyone comes out of their grave, they're not going to be crawling, they're going to be standing. So everyone comes out of the grave, is resurrection, it's time for standing. Everyone has to stand up at that time. So this is one of the other reasons why. Another reason is the scales will be placed. So there's justice is going to be there. So the justice will be standing in front of everyone. The justice will be firm and standing in front of everyone. And the last one, which makes also a lot of sense, is that it's a day of panic and it's a day of anxiety. What happens when a person is nervous? Does he sit down? What does he do? He stands up, he walks around, right? He's pacing around on one end. So it's a day of standing. Yawm al-Qiyamah, because everyone's anxious, everyone's nervous, everyone's panicky. So no one sits down on the day and takes a rest. They're all walking around in anxiety, trying to walk. So this is why Allah calls it Yawm al-Qiyamah. This is why we call it Qiyam. It comes from the word Qiyam, which means to stand. Now, I've got about 20 other different names that we're going to cover, and each one is specific inside of the Quran, and each one gives a description, and then why Allah mentions these names as well. And the next one that I mentioned is Yawm al-Ba'ath. So Yawm al-Ba'ath means it's the day of resurrection. It's very simple. Allah mentions in the Quran, Ila Yawm al-Ba'ath, fahada Yawm al-Ba'ath. Which surah is this in?
You read it recently.
فهذا يوم البعث is Surah Rum. Surah Rum. So there's ones who is Hafiz. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions, inshallah. So فهذا يوم البعث is Surah Rum. Allah talks about regarding the day of resurrection. So this also I mentioned, and this comes a few times, I think twice, just in the ayat فهذا يوم البعث إلى يوم البعث فهذا يوم البعث. He mentions it twice inside of that surah. Only comes twice inside of the Quran. So the day of resurrection is another name which you can call it. Another one which we mentioned is a name of a surah as well. We call it Yawm al-Taghabun. So this is a surah, Taghabun, Yawm al-Taghabun, Surah Taghabun is there. What does Ghaban mean? What does Taghabun mean? It's to do with deceiving. Ghaban, if I say Ghaban, the one person is deceiving another person. So he's making Ghaban. Taghabun meaning we're both mutually deceiving each other. What is that got to do with the Day of Judgment? Why would you call that Yawm al-Taghabun? So it's something which it doesn't really make sense. So there on the day it mentions that when a person cheats, he's usually unequal, right? No one gets, someone taking somebody else, one's getting more, one's getting less, you're losing some, you're gaining some, and so forth. So there'll be so much unequal amounts of either rewards or punishments on that day. The Taghabun is like such where you get the highest of the highest of the higher, which is Jannah, and you get the lowest of the lowest low, which is Jahannam. It's one of the two. You can't have somewhere in the middle where you have a bit of both. You don't get a bit of both. It's not how it works. This is now something which is completely contrasting. This is Taghabun. It's forever bliss or forever doom. Or another meaning of Taghabun, which is to do with regarding someone's cheating, is that when a person knows what's inside of a person's heart, the deceitful will come, whatever things he's come inside of his heart, he may outwardly deceive the people, but on that day he can't deceive Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything will come out. So did we say Yawm al-Taghabun? Or he cheated himself. This is Yawm al-Taghabun. There's a very famous way of a description of Qiyamah as well. So everyone will come and be manifest on that day. Another one, which is, what do we call the hereafter in Arabic? Akhirah. So we call it Yawm al-Akhir. Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawm al-akhir. How much times it comes inside of the Quran? Man amana billahi wal yawm al-akhir wa jahada fi sabilillah la yasawuna inda Allah. 27 times it comes in the Quran. Yawm al-Akhir. The last day. It's called the last day. Why does Allah call it the last day? It's because it's the last day. Because it's the last day. There's no other day coming after this. It's either Jannah or Jahannam. And there's no concept of time. There's just forever nur and forever goodness, and there's forever. So it's the last day. He mentions here Yawm al-Akhir 27 times. The word Akhirah comes 100 times, or more than 100 times. Akhirah comes more than 100 times. So there, the final days, because now the new dimension will come in. Jannah is a new dimension. Jahannam is a new dimension. It's a new area, it's a new place, it's a new thing. So that will be Yawm al-Akhir. Another one is Yawm al-Azifa. Yawm al-Azifa. What does Yawm al-Azifa mean? Yawm al-Azifa is to do with something which is very close. Azifat al-Azifa. So it's Surah Najm, at the end of Surah Najm, right? Yes, Azifat al-Asif, if I'm not mistaken, is so you have Najm, Azifat al-Asifa. When the thing comes close, he comes closer and closer. So what does that mean? People think that it's far away, right? Everyone in our minds, Qiyamah is far. It's not near. Allah says no, it's near. إِنَّهُمْ يَرَوْنَهُ بَعِيدًا وَنَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا. Everyone thinks it's far. No, we say no, it's quite close. Very famous hadith. Musnad Imam Ahmad mentioned this hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that I was sent, I was sent to the earth, and Qiyamah was sent at the same time, and we were racing one another. Qiyamah and Rasulullah was racing one another, and I just about beat it. And he mentions here that he closed his fingers like this because this is the gap between me and Qiyamah. Quite close, right? That's why it's called Azifatil Azifa. So there, in Allah's wisdom, this is when it will come out at the time. It will come out, and then the Qiyamah will come at the time where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to, but it's very close. It's a time which is very close. When a person thinks it's close, then a person easily prepares for that time. This is a very good one. Yawm al-Talaq. What does talaq mean? So, talaq with a ta is divorce. Talaq with a ta is talaq. Talaq is a completely different meaning. Talaq is, like example, someone gives divorce, right? Talaq with a ta comes inside of the Quran as well. Which surah does it come? Yundir yawm al-talaq, yawmahum barizun. 24th juz of the Quran it comes, 24th juz, which is surah Hamim, first Hamim. Surah
the back or from the front?
Yeah, Ghafir. So Surah Ghafir. Surah Ghafir. So Ghafir dhammi wa qabli tawbi. So Yundir yawm al-talaq. So qala rajulun mu'min, it comes before that.
Okay.
So here mentioned regarding the day of talaq, meaning in Urdu we say mulaqat. Mulaqat karna. Mulaqat meaning, what does that mean? To meet. So the day of meeting. Who are you going to meet on that day? It's a beautiful day. For some people it'll be a beautiful. Why? Because it's the time where you meet your own Rasul. The time where you meet your own Nabi. Yawm al-Talaq. The day where you're going to start meeting. And you're meeting Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is what talaq. This is the good, positive meaning of Yawm al-Talaq. Yani with a ta, is that you meet Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. How will Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam meet or recognize us? Good. So the athar of wudu. The athar of wudu is your arms, your face, head and your feet. They'll be shining. Because you should do wudu, you should be shining. On the day of judgment, I can pick him out. His face is shining, his arm is shining, his head is shining, his feet is shining. He's from my ummah. He's from my ummah. So this is now a positive way of how to try and use Yawm al-Talaq. Another one is you meet your deeds. So all of your deeds that were there, but that could be good and bad deeds as well. This is the day that you will see your good deeds and your bad deeds. And lastly, it is also something which is of a negative, is Yawm al-Talaq is something now where a person who's accused, someone accused you of something, or someone who was a zalim, you are madhloom. Someone is an oppressor, you are the oppressed. You will meet him on that day. Someone done something bad to you, they wronged you. This is a time for revenge. You will meet that person. You will meet your Fir'aun. You will meet your tyrant. You will meet your whatever it is that come and cause you oppression. You will meet him. So Yawm al-Talaq. There's no messing around. There's no kalla la wazar. You can't escape nowhere. There's no little corner you can go to, a little cave and you can hide. No. It's right in front of you. You will see them face to face. So this is now Yawm al-Talaq. It's a beautiful translation of or the names of Qiyamah. Beautiful way. So this is a place now, or try and realize it, or try and make it something positive. This is the day where we meet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In what condition do we meet him? In what condition do we meet him? Another one which is also in the same surah, Yawm al-Tanad. Yeah, same surah. Almost same a few pages after. It was Yawm al-Tanad. So Yawm al-Tanad is to do with the word nadi. What does nadi mean? Nada, yunadi, munadiyan. To call. So nida is to do with calling. So a person who is calling. وَنَادَى نُوحٌ رَبَّهُ وَنَادَى. He called out. Nuh called out. Isa alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam called out. All of the prophets called. So Yawm al-Tanad is the day of announcements. It's the day of announcements. What does that mean? Meaning on that day there's no veil. Unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hides you and gives you something. But there's no veil. You can't hide on that day. Everything will be open for you. You will see all of your deeds. The next person comes, you will see all of their deeds. Meaning everyone can see your deeds. whether that's good or whether that's bad, but this is what will happen on the day of Tanad, Yawm al-Tanad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions here, everyone's deeds will become apparent. What is it? يُعْرِفُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ بِسِيمَاهُمْ. So you have يُعْرَفُ الْمُجْرِمُونَ بِسِيمَاهُمْ. So the word mujrim comes. So what is a mujrim? Is a sinner. يُعْرَفُ الْمُجْرِمْ بِسِيمَاهُمْ. Everyone will know who's a sinner on that day. Everyone will know who's the sinner on that day. Through your marks. What kind of marks is it? It depends on the different sin that person does. He mentions here regarding when a person is a traitor. When a person is a traitor, he'll have a flag coming from his backside all the way up. Meaning everyone will realize that this guy's a traitor. Because of his simahum, because of his marks that he will have, because of the traits that he will have. So there, all of the announcement will be made. Public announcement that you are like this, you are like that. You come forth, you are, the people that are doing this come forth and so forth. Announcement, public announcements will have good things and also bad things as well. So the bad things is there, but also the good things as well. All the people that were of salah, all the people of siyam, all the people of qiyam, all of these people will also come forth. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announced on the day Maqam Mahmud. Maqam Mahmud for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which is a special place for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The 8th one that I mentioned is Yawmul Jama'. Yawmul Jama'. Jama' means the day of, what's in English? Gathering, the day of gathering. So what will happen on the day? The first time in history, in human history ever, that so many people from the beginning of creation till the end of creation, they will come and gather in one place. And not just the humans, but also the animals as well. The animals will also gather as well, and we'll go into detail later on inshallah regarding this. Yawm al-Jama'. And the jinn will be there. So Yawm al-Jama' comes in which surah?
Like just like that.
Yawm al-Jama', Yawm al-Jama', dhalika Yawm al-Taghabun. Comes in the same surah as Taghabun. If you look at the ayat before, so this is Yawm al-Jama', Yawm al-Taghabun. So this also comes. It's a good test for you.
It's a bit difficult though. It's like more words.
So this is something which is, so this is another name of the day of judgment. Another one is Yawm al-Khuruj. Yawm al-Khuruj. What's Khuruj mean? Exiting. This is the day of exiting. So what do people exit during that day? What are you exiting on that day?
Graves.
The graves. So people will be exiting their graves on that day. So Allah says Yawm al-Khuruj.
That is in the Qaf.
That's in Surah Qaf. That one's in Surah Qaf. The Yawm al-Khuruj comes once inside of the Quran. It comes in Surah Qaf. So this is exiting the graves. Allah mentions another one, Yawm al-Hisab. Yawm al-Hisab comes 5 times inside of the Quran. A very famous dua. Where is Yawm al-Hisab coming?
In a dua.
Comes in a very famous dua.
The when he's reading.
رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. So hisab is to do with the accounts. So this is the day of accounts. All of your accounts.
Ibrahim.
Surah Ibrahim, yes. Surah Ibrahim, 13th juz. Surah Ibrahim, يوم يقوم الحساب. So يوم يقوم الحساب is the day of accounts. And all your accounts will be done on that day. This is now the day of judgment, which is Yawm al-Hisab. Very famous one, which we haven't, I don't know why it's so down on the list. Yawm al-Din. Which surah does Yawm al-Din come in, yeah? Yawm al-Din? Thank you. Maliki Yawm al-Din. Good. So Maliki Yawm al-Din is the day of Deen. What does Deen mean? What does Deen mean in this sense? It doesn't mean like the Deen that we have, Islam. The day of Deen, the day of religion or something. Yawm al-Din means the day of recompense. So recompense meaning a person who is giving a verdict. But the day of verdicts. So you will get what you deserve. Whatever you've got, you will get. If I've done something good, I will get it. If I've done something bad, I will also have that on my shoulders as well. It's recompense. This is why we call it Yawm al-Din. Comes to the word dain, or so when it comes to dain, it's to do with a debt. So you'll get back what you got. So this is now something with Yawm al-Din. Comes 5 times inside of the Quran. Another description of Qiyamah is al-Haqqa. Al-Haqqa. What does al-Haqqa mean? Comes from the word haqq. So which means? The truth. Al-Haqqa. The truth is the truthful event that no one can deny and no one can deny. Such a truth that no one can deny. Why? Because when it happens, then that's it. You got no denying there at all. Everyone will know its true value then. So al-haqqa, mal-haqqa, wa ma adraka, mal-haqqa. It only comes 3 times in the Quran. It comes 3 times inside the Quran. Yawmul Hasra is another name of the Day of Judgment. Yawmul Hasra. Hasra is to do with what? Difficulty. Not the right word. That's Usra. So Hasra. You say, Ya Hasrata. Ya Hasrata. You say, oh, sorrow, or the word is probably remorse. Remorse. The day of remorse. Infinite remorse. When a person is regretful, he say Nadim. Nadim. He's Nadim. And then hasra is a high level of regret. So ya hasrata ala ma farrat. So imagine regretting your only chance that you had. Allah gave you 50, 60, 70 years. It was your only chance to get to Jannah, and what happened? You failed. So Yawmul Hasra. It's a day of regret. High level of regret. So even the good will have hasra because they would have done even better. So they also have some sort of hasra as well. Another one was Yawm al-Khulud.
Again, qaf.
So the qaf mentions Yawm al-Khulud. So the khulud means to do with Khalidina fiha abada, meaning such a day which is eternal, but it's to do with goodness. Because it's mentioned in a good manner, it's to do with eternal bliss, eternal good things. So it's in a positive manner. This is talking about regarding the people of Jannah. So Yawm al-Khulud. The last one, or the last two I'll mention before finishing, is we find Yawm al-Fasl. Yawm al-Fasl.
يوم الفصل. That's سورة فاطر. الانفطار.
How does it start? ليوم الفصل وما أدراك ما يوم الفصل.
Isn't that سورة
مرسلات. So مرسلات. So والمرسلات عرفا. So ليوم الفصل comes there. So fasl in Arabic. You know what fasl means in Arabic? I'm going to the fasl today. The students go to the fasl. They go to the class. Fasl means class. So why is it called class? Because everyone's separated in their class. So Yawm al-Fasl means the day of separation, categories, the day of categories, the day of clarity, the day of something which is to do with this. So Fasl means your categorization of the different people on the day of judgment. Everyone will be put in their own categories in the day of judgment. You're in this category, you're in this category, you're in the good category, you're in the bad category. You're the people of goodness, you're the people of Siyam, you're the people of Qiyam, you're the people of this and you're the people of that. So Allah mentions regarding this as well. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا يَوْمُ الْفَصْلِ. So people will be in their own group, they'll be separated in their places. The people of Ummah of Rasulullah will be separated. وَسَابِقُونَ السَّابِقُونَ وَلَائِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ أَصْحَابُ الْيَمِينَ أَصْحَابُ الشِّمَالِ. The people of the right, the people of the left. This is what has been mentioned on the day of judgment as Yawm al-Fasl. So there Allah mentions very clearly regarding that. Everyone will be separated on the day of judgment. So a person whose actions are of one type, Nabiyyin, Siddiqeen, Washuhada, Wasalihin. If people are doing the actions of Salihin, you'll be amongst the Salihin. If the people will be, this is a very famous hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He mentions regarding the Tujjar. Tujjar is a businessman. Person who is a businessman. A person who is a businessman on the day of judgment, he is truthful in his business. He doesn't cheat in his business. He's very good and very aware of what he's doing. He's got some taqwa in his business. He'll be raised with the Nabis and the Siddiqeen and the Shuhada and the Salihin. Just a businessman. He's doing his normal business. He's selling his, whatever his pottery or something. He's selling this. And he does it, but he does it with fairness. He does it with equality. He does it with fairness. Whatever it is, if there's a aib, if there's something wrong with the actual product, he doesn't hide it. He says, this is the product. I put it lower as well for you. This is if you want to buy, you can still buy it. Many times we find many people are on online businesses, right? Everyone's got online businesses nowadays. What happens? I get many questions saying, can I sell this item but I don't have to mention the flaw in the item? Or if I'm selling my car but I don't mention this flaw and that flaw and so forth. I don't mention this aib and this. This is not right. This is incorrect. So you have to mention what's wrong with the product. It's got general scratches, it's got general wear and tear, there's a problem with the engine. Mention it. If you're selling it, you have to mention it. You don't want to sell something which is, well, obviously if you didn't know, this is a different story. That's fine. But if you want to sell something, you have to mention all of its aib, uyub, all of its bad qualities, anything which is wrong with it, and then you sell it. This is what you call a true businessman, a truthful businessman. And this is what you want. You want to be as clear as possible. This quality must be there. When a person has this quality in business, you'll be raised with the Nabiyyin, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin. This is the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So this is Yawm al-Fasl, the day of categories, where Allah will put people into categories. What category are we going to be? What category are we going to be on the day of judgment? So this is something which is something to really reflect and ponder over. What category am I? Who's my friend groups? Who am I with? Who can I say that I can associate with? Who those people that I can say, you know what, I'm part of this group, or I'm part of that group. So be wary of who your groups, who the people that you're around, because you'll be like them. You are like the people that you hang around with. This is how it is. Al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba. The people that you love, you'll be raised with them on the day of judgment. So who do we have love for? We have love for those people that are disbelievers. We have love for those people that are idols. Those people that are superstars. Those people, do we have love for them? Or do we have love for our own superstars? We have love for our own Sahaba, our own Rasul. Do we have love for these people? So this is something to really think about. So Yawm al-Fasl will come there. And lastly, I'll mention this before we finish, is as-sa'a. So we have a few more, but I'll just mention this one, as-sa'a. So the word as-sa'a is to do with, as-sa'a in Arabic will mean what? It's a time, like a moment or a time, or an hour. So the sa'a means like an hour, but obviously in that time there was no 60 minutes equals to an hour, right? There's nothing like that in the past. So this is like a unit of time. A unit of time. So sa'a means like a unit of time. Allah mentions here, يَوْمَ يَقُومُ السَّاعَةِ يَوْمَ يَقُومُ السَّاعَةِ. When the day of sa'a comes, when the time comes. So Qiyamah, why is it called an hour? Why is it called a moment of time? Why is it called this? Because the time has come. You know what I say in English? The time has come. So what does that mean? The time is now. The time has come. So sa'a means time as well. So the time has come now. يَوْمَ يَقُومُ السَّاعَةِ. Now is the time. Now is the time where now, no more going back. لعلي أرجع talking about regarding أرجع لعلي أعمل صالحا, hopefully take me back, give me a minute more. كلا, Allah says كلا, no more time, you can't go back in the earth. But a person who's a shaheed, look into the person who's a shaheed. A shaheed, a person who dies in the path of Allah, he'll say to Allah, take me back again. I want to die in your path again. And I want to die 20 times, 30 times, 50 times, 100 times. I will die in your path 100 times. That's a shaheed. But the person who's now done something bad, he's a criminal, he's a sinner. Then what happens? Take me back, I want to do some good, give me more time. Nothing, that's it, it's time. Time's up. Khalas. Time is up. So this is not something to be really, something should really hit you. When you listen to the Quran and you come to as-sa'a, say that the time has come. This is the time. Qiyamah is just like for the believer. Qiyamah is such which is very quickly. It's like the time between Asr and Maghrib. How short was that? An hour or so? 1.5 hours? So this is how the day of judgment will be. Yes, you go through the formalities of going into groups and getting out of your graves and so forth, and all of the different aspects of Qiyamah, which we'll cover inshallah. But all of those different things will just be like an hour or so, then you'll be in Jannah. That's it. Khalas. But for those people that are disbelievers, that will last long. That waiting will kill them. Just the waiting will kill them. Start the Qiyamah, start the Hisab, and it's not starting. So this is now, يَوْمَ يَقُومُ السَّاعَةِ. One of the names of Qiyamah is as-sa'a, which is the time, and this is the time will come. And now the time has come to finish. But this is because the iftar time is at about 6:25, and 6, 7 minutes. So inshallah, before we go, we'll make a dua. And it's very important that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to realize that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has made the time before iftar, the time before breaking the fast, a time where our du'as are readily accepted. So I'll make a short du'a, then you can continue with your du'as, and then we'll make our way to the food hall inshallah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Allahumma rabbana dhulamna anfusana wa in lam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. اللهم رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. اللهم حاسبنا حسابا يسيرا. اللهم اعني على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم عافنا فاعف عنا. Ya Allah, grant us afiyah in our lives. Ya Allah, grant us afiyah in our bodies. Allah, grant us afiyah in our wealth and our health. grant us afiyah in everything that we do in this dunya, and afiyah in the akhirah as well. Ya Allah, make us sense now. Ya Allah, make this a means of guidance for all of us. Ya Allah, this Ramadan a change for us. Ya Allah, this Ramadan as a closest and a stronger connection towards you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, you are the Almighty. Ya Allah, you are Malik. You are Maliki Yawmiddin. You are in charge of the whole day of judgment and everything that goes on, and you control everything that happens on that day. Ya Allah, control it so much that we go and we make it such a hisab, which is a quick hisab, an easy hisab, a successful hisab. Ya Allah, make it such that now we are going into Jannah. Our end goal is Jannah. Ya Allah, make it such that we stay away, far away from Jahannam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned regarding how a person who fasts stays so far away, so many years away from Jahannam. Ya Allah, make it such that you accept our fasting. Ya Allah, accept our du'as, accept our qiyam at night time, accept our reading of the Quran, tilawat of the Quran. Ya Allah, accept everything that we are doing in this month of Ramadan, and make it a means for us, for our forgiveness in this dunya, but also success and the entrance into Jannah. Ya Allah, you have mentioned many scrolls and many different lists of people that are going towards Jahannam and going towards Jannah. Ya Allah, take our names out of the list of Jahannam and put them into the list of the people of Jannah. Ya Allah, make it such that everything that we are doing, Ya Allah, please accept us, forgive us, guide us and protect us from all the fitnas and the dangers out there. Allahumma inni as'aluka min khayri ma sa'alaka min nabiyyika Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa a'udhu bika min sharri musta'adha minha nabiyyika Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa anta al-musta'an wa alayka al-balagh wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-'aliyyil 'azim. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.